The news that training a train is no longer available as a tax write-off, and that a train is now officially on the run, opens The Boys Season 4 final episode titled Assassination Run. Though the general public is unaware of it, that is what is happening. Ryan goes on a rampage after Homelander discovers a photo of Butcher, Becca, and their dog, Terror, in Ryan's rucksack. Ryan runs away and visits Butcher in response to Homelander's attempts to manipulate him. On January 6, Homelander and Firecracker Valerie put up a trap for Victoria Neuman as the election results were being declared. Victoria and Homelander are conducting a live interview on Firecracker's program. Victoria is forced to acknowledge that she is a soup by Homelander, but she doesn't bite. When Homelander tries to laser her head off, it fails, exposing her as a soup. Victoria is threatened by Homelander. Homelander is surprised when she informs him he will have to arrest half the Furman nation, but he complies. Following the incident, Homelander has Ashley and her assistant compile a list of all the people at Vaught who can have any influence over him. They kill everyone at Vaught, just like they said they would. The election results are certified by Speaker of the House Calhoun. With Victoria Neuman serving as vice president, Robert Singer is currently vying to become the next president of the United States. Everyone at Vaught who isn't wholly devoted to Homelander and the Seven is killed by Homelander's allies, who are led by Deep Black Noir and Firecracker. Ashley runs away, but she only gets as far as Homelander's apartment, where she uses Compound V as a shooting range to turn into a soup. Although Ashley's metamorphosis is hidden from view, it appears to be quite unpleasant. The 5th season will be interesting to watch for that. Annie and Huey pretend to be engaged early in the show, but it's all a lie. Shifter Annie makes the first move to propose to Huey, who then makes the second move to propose to Shifter Annie. However, Huey becomes suspicious of Shifter Annie's actions right away. Shifter Annie visits her and gets refreshed. It can also access Annie's memories, which facilitates the deception of Huey for the duration of President Singer's murder. The season has revolved around Annie's struggle with identity, which is the reason her powers aren't functioning. Huey gets the laptop to leak all the information about Victoria to the public in the hopes that the uproar will force her to step down after the election results are declared and the virus isn't ready. But Shifter Annie has erased every file. The boys have official bad news. Singer appeals to voters for a fair and impartial election. He informs the populace that Victoria will arrange for his murder. It's true, but not necessarily that Victoria is tugging the strings. That's the strategy. After Victoria is exposed as a soup, everything comes together in the bunker where they are defending Robert Singer. In an attempt to shield Robert Singer, Huey, Shifter Annie, and Kimiko are called to the bunker. To ensure that the virus is able to kill Victoria, Frenchie stays behind. After a mistake, Huey discovers in the bunker that Shifter Annie is the assassin, but it's almost too late. Clearly, the funniest part of the episode is when Huey and attempt not to laugh even though they know Annie is not Annie. It's short, but fantastic before everything goes horribly wrong, which is what this program constantly seems to be about. Military men and Secret Service agents are easily handled by Shifter Annie. Only Kimiko, who is killed by Shifter Annie snapping her neck, slows things down. Though temporarily disabled, she is not truly dead. It allows the real Annie enough time to escape the shackles keeping her in the deserted home. Robert Singer's life is spared when she arrives in time to murder Shifter Annie. She's not quite comfortable with what Huey did with her imposter, but once Huey tells her, the messy real Annie, that he loves her, she grows to love him. Butcher is dying, his heart is not working right. He apologizes to him and the other boys by calling Huey, but Butcher clearly has a change of heart after Ryan murders Grace Mallory. Grace tries to persuade Ryan to stay and learn how to combat Homelander by telling him everything. Ryan becomes frightened. Despite the fact that his father is a villain, he doesn't want to try to kill him. If Ryan doesn't comply, Grace says she's going to practically kidnap him. She is killed when Ryan tosses her against the wall. Ryan runs away. When Kessler gets back to Butcher, he is aware of what needs to be done. Following Singer's attempted murder, Victoria gets in touch with Huey. Homelander threatens both her and Zoe's lives over the phone. She is open to negotiating and wants to get out. Victoria will temporarily join the boys in order to aid in stopping Homelander and Vaught in return for Zoe's protection. Though it appears like a decent deal, Butcher isn't playing around following everything that has transpired. Appearing as fit and youthful as ever, he crashes the meetup. Butcher refuses to listen to Huey's attempts to persuade him to sign the contract with Victoria. He tears Victor in half, shooting tentacles straight out of his chest as he does so. Naturally, Huey gets covered in blood at the end. Kimiko moves to approach Butcher, but Huey stops them. Additionally, Butcher takes the virus from Frenchie. He is aware of the person he will use it on. Even though it appears like Homelander would lose at the end of the episode, Sage makes a comeback. Her plan worked, even though things didn't proceed as planned. Victoria Neuman's murder leads to the arrest of Robert Singer. While speaking with Homelander over the phone, Sage discloses that she is preparing Phase 2. After becoming President of the United States of America, Speaker of the House Calhoun imposes martial law. The coup was successful. Then, Homelander commandeers an army of superheroes sent in to apprehend the people Homelander refers to as Starlighters. They are coming for Homelander's opponents, including the boys. Homelander's soups intercept Kimiko, Frenchie, Huey, and Annie as they attempt to leave the nation. Love Sausage takes out in a restroom at the airport. Annie utilizes her abilities to fly away as Cindy and other law enforcement officers arrest Huey. How Captain Marvel-esque. Finally, we witness Kimiko and Frenchie being stopped by Sam and Kate, the Guardians of Godolkin from Genesis P, while Sam overpowers Kimiko, who regains her ability to talk and calls out to Frenchie. Kate utilizes her abilities to make Frenchie do anything she wants. Just before Butcher killed Victoria, the couple declared their love for one another and reignited their relationship. The season's last scene makes it clear that Homelander's father, Soldier Boy, is still alive. Soldier Boy is being kept alive in a sort of chamber. Homelander and President Calhoun pay him a visit. What does it signify for Season 5 of The Boys? The direction of the plot in The Boys Season 5 is obvious. There are no other options for travel or turning. The boys are on the train that has departed the station, as Homelander indicates. Yes, I do have a query. Has the soup malware made its way public yet? Firecracker was exhibiting a few really obvious signs. I wonder if the writers are hinting at the virus that ends all of Soup Kind in the series finale already. All we can do is wait and see.